This is Nick. Hi guys, this is Nick. Welcome to my personal finance journey. As you can see here, my portfolio, I've nicknamed it the Golden Goose. So I'm just gonna kind of go into why I started investing and why I'm making this channel. Um, and Also I'm going to talk about some of the mistakes I've made, what inspired me. So, first off, the reason I kind of got into investing is I was asked a question a couple of years ago when I was at my job. A lady had asked me, what would you do if you weren't able to work? What would you do? You know, th things like that. And I felt like I wasn't able to answer that question. So I kind of did some searching. I think she kind of wanted to recruit me to sell essential oils, and I knew pretty quickly that wasn't something that I was interested in, and needed to find a different way. So um, I kind of got into investing. I started learning about day trading and swing trading, and I started doing that. I think I took a course, learned a lot, and thought maybe that I would be part of that 5 or 10% that was really successful at it. And that didn't happen. After about a year I kind of figured that out. And you would have gains some days, and then you would have losses. And just in the end I felt like I was losing. um, Day trading was, it's kind of one of those things that it gives you a lot of anxiety too. You're constantly looking at the prices and how, figure out, where to get in and where to get out. And, I think it was more of a headache than anything. So I decided to stop doing that and kind of have found a different strategy. So I think it was August or September of last year, I've been doing more of just a long-term buy and hold strategy. And so far I think it's worked out pretty well. As you can see on the screen, I'm up, over 6,700 in gains, and some of that is dividends that I've earned too. So, that's kind of why I named my account the Golden Goose. I thought it was appropriate for what I'm trying to do. But so the account right now, you can see what it's at, 56.9. But I did borrowed at 2% to get me to that. So this is what I'm really at. I'm at, 36, just over 36.5. Pretty much what I've used, that 2% to borrow, I've used that, to buy dips. I'll go back and show you here. Like recently, I've used a little bit of that. I bought some Apple. I thought it was at a good value. So bought a little bit of that on a few dips. And so this is more of I guess a little bit of growth in there, but more dividend stocks. I'll just kind of slowly scroll through here so you guys can see that, and you can see the gains that I've made. Apple is one of the better I've had. $520, and I'll go down here so you guys can check these out. A recent one I've added is Morgan Stanley. Have kind of just looked at the charts over the last 3 to 5 years, and it's been a pretty good stock and a decent dividend payer. So I just decided, I just added that one last week, and then you guys can look at the growth side. This was where I've been a little bit more focused. I'll kind of scroll through here, and you guys can check these out. You can see Revolve has done really well. And none of this is recommendations for anybody. This is just kind of some trial and error, and it's kind of what I'm doing. I'm not an investment professional. Have just done all my research through books and online over the last couple years. So definitely do your own diligence when you decide what you want to pick for your portfolio. I'll come down here. A couple that haven't done well, like Teladoc and Big and and that's okay. I'm not worried about those. I plan on holding them, so I think they'll do okay for me. And then you can see a few more here. And one that I think I'm going to add it this week is this Upstart Holdings. I've learned a little bit about that company, so I'm kind of interested in that. I mean, I've probably got too many in here. It's I feel like you get in some of these and it's hard to trim them down. Like I feel like, a lot of these are going to do well, and I'm having a little bit of trouble kind of decide, I'm going to but I plan on holding these for at least a couple years. I want to see how they do. But like I said, my strategy is to hang on to these. I plan on, investing the next 30 to 40 years. I would say my goal is to put average or cost average every week, anywhere from, $500 to $800, and, as much money as I can get my hands on, I'm gonna put it in the market because, I don't think there's a better place to put it right now. Some people feel things are overvalued, and that they may be. I mean, I have no idea if what things are gonna do in the short term, but I feel in the long term, the market's gonna do well. Um, it's it's always made a higher high, so that gives me some conviction to keep investing. So I want to do, I guess what I want to do is, I guess every, week or two, I'm going to do an update, kind of see how things are looking, see if there's anything new that I'm interested in getting in. I'll show you guys what I'm making with market gains and dividends, and um, definitely answer if you guys have like any questions on anything I'm doing or have any recommendations for me, because I'm still learning a lot. You know, uh, I think after reading some different books and learning, I feel like I could spend a lifetime on learning how to analyze stocks, and everybody's got different strategies, and I'm on off of I've really enjoyed some of Peter Lynch's books, so I feel like my style is going to be similar to what he did, and hopefully I can get some decent returns. Obviously he did really well. Retired at 46, I think, but uh, uh, so we'll see. Anyway, I'm 36. I'm 36 right now, and like I said, I've been pretty serious over the past year. But my goal, I would say, this time next year is to have around 100,000 here would be my goal, conservatively, but hopefully it does better than that. But again, too, with the channel, I hope to do some different things, and maybe go over some investing terms to increase financial literacy. A lot of the things that I've tried to learn over the last couple years, I feel like that have helped me to understand, because because I was definitely a couple years ago really intimidated, and had no idea. I'm learning, but I had no idea what I was doing, and so I feel like I've come a long way, but I've had to put in a lot of work. But I think it'd be fun to go over, just learning some finance, and also just talking about just what's going on in the news, as far as finance and companies, and I think that would be a fun thing to do. But hope everybody enjoyed watching this video. I hope to do, like I said, maybe, a video a week or every 2 weeks. But I guess the focus would be just this give some transparency and show my portfolio. And I would like to see too a lot of what you guys are investing in and what's worked for you, what hasn't worked, or any other strategies. I'd love. So everybody have a good rest of your weekend. Thanks.